Gadflow's corruption has reduced my homeland to this barren waste, and it's only getting worse. Bale, the icy heart of my people, with bridges of woven stone and ice, It sickens me to think of what Gadflow's people have done to it. The Pale Country, once the peaceful home to the Winter Court. Now Gadflow squats in her heart like a rat in the flesh. My homeland will not suffer this indignity. Together, we must extract the Tuatha, even if it means the end of my people. House of Pride, our shining beacon. Now its light is dim and faltering, but it still stands against the darkness, as it always has. Legend says it was where the first alliance between enemies was formed. And we Fae do so love to repeat legends, don't we? Dren is the defender of the House of Pride. He may help the Tuatha, but he doesn't serve them. Lannister Island is sheltered from visitors by stone and storm. Exiles of the Winter Court were once banished to its lonely shores. We know of a secret shadowed path, a legacy from a house all too familiar with exile. Before Gadflow's rise, he was a battered whelp of a Fae. Now, his suffering has only added to his power. I hear he keeps a stable of trolls, but I can't be sure if they're his pets or his lovers. You've still got plenty of this blasted wasteland to go. You're lucky you don't remember how beautiful they used to be before Gadflow. Well, keep your wits about you. These Prismia crystals are alive, and inside them, I feel something horrible and hungry. I've spent countless centuries in these lands. I promise, I know a few shortcuts. Watch out for Twilight Pass.
The skulls atop high Fulgen shine, and coldly gleam in a precise line. For us who chew on hollowed bones, while alive we wail vapid moans. It's delight for us to feed, to feast, we the winter of the east. We the corpses in putrid bloom, we of decay and twilight gloom, will never halt our hungered wait, till spilled blood is on our plate. So come into our lands at night, and see an endless wintry sight.
hero of Melton.
Well, my loved ones back home won't believe I met the... This land used to be beautiful.
You must hurry. There is much to do. Gask and his forces are preparing to march. They know about the caves and will not cease until every last one of us has been slain. And there are the survivors of Eventide to consider. I have not heard a whisper from across the pass. And Esha, she plots a fool's errand. We must stop her. Much to do. Ashmore and Eventide stand astride the pass, the corridor leading from Bale to the wider world. When we refused to stand aside for him, he ripped his way through. Wonderful! Your attack will give us time to organize an escape. Do not underestimate Gask. He is among Gadflow's best for a reason. His camp of Cadsimir is to the north, but you must defeat his witch knights along with the Fae himself. I have faith in you. They did not sense the changing of the tide as I did. They had no warning. The first of Gask's soldiers occupied the pass, severing Ashmore from Eventide, ending all communication between us. We of Ashmore retreated into these caverns and know not of what fate befell Eventide since. There are many good folk there, Bareth, Nell, and even Ordo. An agent of Gadflow and head witch knight of Cadsimir, one whose acts define him. Little is known of him, but this is not important. His actions here are a grim enough tale. She was once of the House of Vengeance, and has always served as the guardian of Ashmore. But she is only one warrior against Gask's legions. Esha fears an attack, and wishes to lead survivors to safety through the caverns. Perhaps you can talk her out of it. She readies her people below. He lords over Twilight Pass from the plateau above, rarely seen, his minions executing his bloody work. Both he and they prefer it thus. Be careful. Welcome back. You're back. I was keeping an eye on you from a safe distance to see if you would keep your promise. I am amazed. I dared not speak of it, but there are prophecies of a mortal who would herald our kind's passing, while the defeat of Gask will count as a victory against the madness of Gadflow. I wonder if it is a harbinger of darker nights ahead. Prophecies aside, you have done as I asked, and we, the clan of Ashmore, recognize you. Farewell.
Agarth will not be far behind you. Neither of us saw any sign of Alan Shear or Ventriniu. A scout on the ridge above saw the two Arthur mounting for a counterattack. You should hear what he has to say before we move on. If you'd rather not wait, talk with Agarth. Time is of the essence. Agarth, if he tells you he's ready, then my people are as well. Of course, if you wish to proceed with caution, the scout on the ridge will know what we're up against. Careful.
There you are. Good to see you here. Ready? I am. But there hasn't been any sign of Aelin Shear or Ventrinio. Damn it all, I knew we couldn't trust her. I sent Ventrinio to keep an eye on her. He was sending me messages until recently. But there were fewer and fewer as we've gotten closer to Baal. We need to get through the House of Vengeance and kill the Cur. And we'll have to do it without them. He's the closest thing Vengeance has to a leader anymore. A face so consumed with hatred that he's little more than a beast. If you're going to get into Baal, the Cur has to die. No. Whatever Gadflow is doing in there, it's growing with every wasted minute. Even if Aelin didn't betray us, we don't have time to wait. Listen, you're more powerful than I ever was. If anyone can stop this, it's you. When you kill Kerr, go into Bale and stop Gadflow. If we get separated, we'll keep fighting to keep an escape route open for you. Now go. Stay on guard.
I can't believe I was so foolish. Letting myself get carried off like that. I'm needed here.
Goodbye.
I can't believe I was so foolish. Letting myself... The Alfar cannot afford to be pushed...
Goodbye.
ahead in the battle!
Thanks to you, things are improving at the camp. We are... better prepared for the next Tuatha raid.
Onwards! We're nearly there. Looks like this is it.
Your future is running out!
Looks like this is it.
once. Each of these Tuatha was a warrior of peerless loyalty. Their stories should not have ended this way. I've just seen the death of an entire house of my brethren. My land is dying, and the great cycle is broken. My people are no longer being reborn. I'm sorry, but neither I nor the rest of my kind can follow you into Baal. We couldn't bear to see what has become of it. Agarth and I will clean up here. Good hunting in Baal.
That was amazing. You're twice the hero I ever was, or could have been. Our forces can't keep going from here. We're stretched too thin, and we've lost too much. Sidon and I will hold the gate for you as long as we can. But Baal is nearly deserted. Head in, face Gadflow, end this. Not at all. You just get moving and put an end to Gadflow while you can. Do that, and I predict our future involves sharing drinks and war stories around a cozy fire. Trust me, I'm a Fate Weaver.
My deepest apologies for not being able to join the battle. Ventrinia was something of a hassle. He attacked me. It was only a matter of time before his greed got the better of him. The closer we got to Baal, the more obsessed he became with Tianok, and with harnessing Tianok's power, just like Gadflow did. That's why he had to be stopped, and why we need to talk about our mission. Betrayed you? Never! You forgot the mission when you died. We're running out of time. I'll explain as we go. Lead on. I'm right behind you. Fighting at no more delays. This is no time to dawdle. Then Trinia was right. Tirnoch is no god. She has almost as much power, and is every bit as dangerous to the world as any Doc god. Her powers raised Gadflow from a jester to a warlord, and in return, his army would usher in a chance for her to enter this world and consume it. Somehow Gadflow found a way to reach out to Tirnoch. Or perhaps she was able to seek out his twisted mind. She offered him power, and with it, he began the Tuatha. No wonder Gadflow thinks she's a god. Here we are, in the heart of the enemy's defenses. And this time, I trust you not to fail. You're the one who stepped forward to stop Gadflow and the source of his power, even though fate said you were doomed to fail. This time, fate cannot control you, but I expect you to succeed. Lead on. I'm right behind you. Carry on a duty that has been fulfilled for centuries. We keep the world from being consumed. When Gadflow's army arose, we recognized Tirnoch's tainted influence. Only a force like her could warp eternal creatures like the Fae. So you came to infiltrate Alabastra, find Tirnoch, and seal her away forever. And you used Ventrinio to get in, under the guise of being his assistant.
The winter court was still as fallen snow as the jester danced and capered. Juggling knives and torches, he sang to his lords and ladies, but none smiled. Not an eyebrow raised as the snivelling jester imitated the king, not even when he took the crown from his head. Because this was the day that Gadflow murdered the winter court. This was the day the Tuatha were born, and our people became a sacrifice for tyranny.
If you couldn't stop Tirnoch, she would use her pawns to fully escape her prison, and the world would be her new plaything. You had to try, even though the Fate Weavers said you were doomed. As always, the Fate Weavers were right. When I found you in Dalentarth, when I saw you had come back to life, I wasn't sure how much you remembered. I couldn't be certain you would keep our secrets. I considered killing you then and there. Nothing personal. You would have done the same to me. But then I saw what you had become. I saw the new powers you wielded, and I saw how useful you could be.
Until one night, when nature changed its course, and Gadflow, like an errant thread frayed from the weave, took the crown from Mathon's head. "A joke," he said. "A joke." And the court swayed in laughter. For Gadflow's was often like the mockingbird, with many calls, but none of his own. He placed the crown upon his head, and smiling, took a crimson sword. He betrayed the Fae with a swing of his newfound freedom.
No more delay.
This is no time to dawdle. Lead on. I'm right behind you. Last time you came here, you were destined to die. This time, your destiny is up to you. Now we have a chance to finally complete our mission. Let's put an end to Gadflow before his bargain frees Tianok on the world. This must have been a lot for you to take in at once, but I need you to be clear on who you are and what you need to do. A lot has changed since you were here last. It isn't going to be as easy this time, and last time it killed you. Oh, she's a creature with incredible power. A dragon, but she is no simple lizard in some child's tale. She has a power rivaled only by the gods. Thousands of years ago, the ancient Alpha sealed her in the Amethyst between this world and the world of magic. And there she went mad. As her prison weakened over time, she was able to tempt Gadflow into helping her gain enough power to break free. And if she escapes fully, it will mean the end of all mortal life. Tianok's revenge for tens of thousands of years of imprisonment. That's why people like you and I have dedicated our lives to keeping Tianok's secret from the world. We were supposed to keep Tianok hidden from the world. Anyone who learned too much had to die. But when Gadflow found her, you were the one who volunteered to kill him and seal Tianok away once more. Even though you were fated to fail. It took every trick we had to get you here the first time. And you still died. I don't know if you plan to be resurrected, but knowing you, I wouldn't be surprised. Everyone who knows the truth of Tianok will be dead, and Tianok will be sealed away once again. We can return to our duty of keeping the knowledge secret. Assuming that's the life you want to return to. But if you refuse, then I'd have to make sure you never tell the truth about Tianok. Of course, I'd rather it didn't come to that. But you would have done the same. Ha! I have more important things to do than love. And so do you. But I do trust you with the fate of my world. It may not set your heart aflutter to hear it, but it'll have to do. Lead on. I'm right behind you.
You don't understand, do you? The power of Tirnoch has Yes! Return to your grave! Crumble, child of dust! Crumble, child of dust! Crumble, child of dust! Crumble, child of dust! child of dust!
An illusion. Something's not right. If Gadflow isn't here, then he must be hiding further underground, someplace closer to the source of the Prismere. Definitely. The war's not over yet. Whatever bargain Gadflow made with Tiernok, it's about to pay off. When that happens, the world will not be spared her wrath. We were two of the people who were supposed to keep Tiernok hidden from the world. Anyone who learned too much had to die. But when Gadflow found her, you were the one who volunteered to kill him. It took every trick we had to get you here. In the heart of Alabastra is the former unseelie city of Baal. Beneath the Winter King's court, there is the cave of Amethin. It's a place of tremendous power. It is where Tiernok is imprisoned, and where you died. She's imprisoned deep in the Amethin, but Gadflow's war has weakened her bonds. There's no time to spare. If she gets free, our world is lost. This way. Tiernok is held captive deep in the Amethin, but her prison is weakening by the moment.
I feel you here again, full of life, full of fate. What have you brought for me?
I can feel Tiernok's eyes upon us. Tiernok awakens. We need to move. This way.
You've used your power well. So much potential. Let's have a taste, shall we?
She just tore out a part of the fates you've stolen and turned it against you. Perhaps it is not inaccurate to think of her as a god.
Since before your kind emerged from the dark. But now, my freedom draws near.
You cannot let Gadflow free Tiernok. Tianok awakens. Let's go.
Godflow's prayers weakened this prison, but he is not the one who will set you free.
Don't listen. You're the only one who has the power to stop her.
When you first came to me, death was your only fate, but I knew better this way. And you were so eager to play your role.
You chose this? What does she mean by that? We're close. Tianok's power is immense. She just tore off a splinter of what you could have been and turned it against you. When she killed you, that much power must have torn you free of the entire tapestry of fate. Let's go.
I gave you freedom, and now you have returned to grant me mine.
Only you have the power to reseal Tianok inside the Amethyst. I must keep the secret of her existence from the world. Once Tianok is pushed back into her prison, these caverns must be sealed. But that leaves one question. Can I trust you to keep Tianok's secret? There are things in this world that must remain hidden. If the power of the dragons were widely known, well, you've seen what has happened here. Gadflow tapped a fraction of her power. He upset the great cycle of the Fae and waged a genocidal war on the young races. Just coming in contact with her power managed to free you from fate's bonds. And if you can turn that freedom against her, she will have no power over Amalur. Nothing like you has ever existed before. As always, there's no way of knowing your future. If you're victorious, it may be the last time you change the fate of the world. Even if you fall back into fate's weave once her influence is gone from this world, it will be a far better fate than what Tianok's emergence would bring. That is excellent. After all that you've done, it would have been a shame for you to die a second time. If you do escape, I will be watching you. And know this, anyone who learns the truth of what happens here, I will silence myself. Go. Stop Tianak from fully entering this world. But remember, my blades will always be at your back. Nothing in the world is fated to stop Tianak. That's why you're the only one who has a chance. I'm just here to make sure you take it. Let's go. There's no turning back now. This is a time for action, not words. This way.
Come, Fate Weaver. Bring me your power. Sacrifice yourself and seal the fate of your world.
It's time to choose your fate. Amathin lies beyond. This is where the dragon will breach the veil.
Come forward, mortals. Behold the birth of Tianak. Attend your final hour.
My fate does not lie beyond those doors. You alone may change what is to come. Go!
Ah, yes. Welcome back, mortal. How does it feel, I wonder, to return to this place? Does the pain of your death still linger? Can you feel it echo through the air? And now, in this place, you shall witness the birth of Tianak, the destruction of the Alpha, and the dawn of the endless winter. She comes. Tianak the powerful, Tianak the merciful, qualla fella Tianak, qualla sera Tianak. Have I done well, lady? Are you pleased? Is it
have served your purpose.
But I have so much more to give.
And now, faithless one, you shall serve yours. Come closer. Give yourself to me. Do you think you can save yourself, little creature? The destruction of this world is the first step on my path. Yes! Struggle, fight, and die, just as you did before. You are nothing but dust. Why won't you die? Gallo shall crumble and fall before me. Shall free me from my prison. Shall be your tomb. Impossible!
How could we have known that this would be a new beginning? I wonder now if we should have foreseen this outcome, but who knew then what fate would bring? I would have liked to have delivered this message in person, to see you one final time. That, however, would have been complicated. The order to which I belong had other plans. Were you ever to leave the crystalline fortress? When it comes to you, though, it seems no fate is written in stone. It was only through my assurances that your silence could be counted upon, that either one of us still draws breath. I trust You will not make of me a liar. Were stories of what we have seen to begin to surface in the inns and taverns of Amalur, I would be asked to seek you out. And as we both know, the next time you die, there will be no return. But let us not speak of this. Your life is your own. Go now, and see what fate may bring you, or what fate you may bring. Perhaps one day in happier times, you and I will meet again. Until that day, I remain. Yours, Aelin Sher.
Well, well, awake at last. You gave us quite a scare. But you're here and the war's all but over. So who are we to complain? I was hoping you could tell us. Sidon and I were fighting a few remaining stragglers when all of a sudden they started this unholy wailing. I guess you must have killed Gadflow, because the Tuatha started screaming and ran away. There are still a few diehards, but they don't have the fire in them, you know? Wasn't much longer before Aelin showed up carrying you over her shoulder. Told me to watch over you, make sure you were okay. She left some kind of note for you, but I know better than to read a private message from the likes of her. There are still Tuatha who refuse to surrender, but yes, the war is ended. You should have seen the parade in Rathir. As for what's next, well, that's a tough question. See, a lot of the soldiers asked me for readings after the fighting ended, and try as I might, I can't see a fate for any of us. Tirnoch, you don't expect me to think that Gadflow's god was real, do you? No, impossible. Whatever happened down there, though, it changed everything. At least for now. So the gnarled madman didn't make it out of Alabastra? I can't say I'm choked up over the loss. There are still plenty of Tuatha, but without Gadflow to give them the word of Tirnoch, they've gone mad. You've all but ended the war, and you've surely changed its destiny. Every mortal in the Feylands owes you thanks. Sure, there are still Tuatha left here and there, but they've got no leader, and they don't pose half the threat they used to. Whatever you did to him, Gadflow is truly dead and gone. Sidon says he won't be reborn, although I don't know how he can be so sure. Well, ever since you came back from Alabastra, I cannot read a place in the Weave for anyone. Whatever you did, it didn't just win the war. It's given us all a chance to make our own destinies. Last I saw him, Sidon was mourning at the House of Sorrows. I can't imagine what his people are going through. If you see him, give him my regards. The Winter Fae were a decent people. They didn't deserve what Gadflow did to them. I've heard legends about it, but supposedly it's a deep cave beneath Bale, either for the Winter King's meditation, or where they emerge after they die. First she works with us, then she betrays us, then she saves your life. I admit I don't know what to make of that woman, but I feel like we owe her. Not that I'd know how to find her, or pay her back for that matter. I've been a lot of things in my life. A hero and a heartbreaker, a fate weaver and a failure. All at the cruel hands of fate. Until you came along, I never had a choice in what I was. Thank you for that.
Good morning, ma'am. Good to see you up and out of your quarters. This here is the lower hall of the Orbicant. The Council has granted this rare honor in light of all you've done for us, for all of Alfar kind. They have also allowed me to offer you access to the Reserve Armory, if you would care to have a look. Rare weapons and so forth, procured for Rathir's leaders and defenders. They must still, be paid for, I'm afraid. But please, have a look for yourself. The quarters you slept in where you recovered were once assigned to the late General Talera. They are yours now, should you ever wish to use them. I can't show you the upper halls or the council chambers, I'm afraid. But you are welcome here in the lower hall, and it is my special pleasure to offer you access to the reserve armory. Ah yes, it was she who brought you here, you know. Stood by your bed for almost a day, then left suddenly on urgent business. But that has always been her way. I do hope your stay has been restorative. The day finds you well, I hope. Lyria guide and protect you. Good to see you well. Good day. The reserve armory is yours to peruse. Very good then.
You're in the lower hall now. No access to the upper halls.
Champion of Melson Shear. How may I help you? They have delved earthward, where we have lifted high. The deeper they dig, the higher we will rise. Go with our city's blessing.
The siege, broken at last. The war is turned.
Hello.
Hello.
This is how. Right through in fire when a bolt gets charged.
You are seeking healing. Let me see what I can do. If you need me again, I'll be here.
Greetings.
Are you here for the evaluation? I've already administered the written copies. This will have to be an oral exam. Were it so easy to summarize an institution like the Scholia Arcana in a few short words, books, I think, do it slightly more justice. The Rathir chapter has some of the finest collections of manuscripts in the plains of Erethel. I guarantee it. I oversee the library in the Rathir chapter. Many walk the road of knowledge, but I make sure they do so in an orderly manner. Members of all ranks, regardless of their skill, must always know the value of research and perception. I understand you're not yet a member of our order, so consider this a preliminary exam. Take this book, read it, and understand what it means to be a mage of the Scholia Arcana. The Omnibus Arcana is a staple of the education in our institution. All first-year students are given a copy to study. The lessons involve an introduction to the rigors of studying magic, as well as the value of applying yourself to your studies. Each book is different for every user, but they all impart the same basic knowledge. This is the Omnibus Arcana. It is a magical text that holds the collected knowledge of our order. It is also imbued with a certain form of intelligence. Follow its directions as you would my own. This is an introductory text given to all first-year students. It's considered canon. The test begins in the courtyard. From there, you're on your own. Where was I?
Hello.
Artan Cade is an expert at
Stand aside.
Good day to you. Curios, talismans, items of power.
30 then. Only warship stock at the burn.
Welcome to
10 years. This siege has gone on too long.
Hey there! I need your help, please. My daughter Julia has been kidnapped by bandits. Those animals left me for dead and took her. I'm a tinker, for fate's sake. What kind of savages attack a tinker? Julia is the only family I have left. Will you help me? Whatever you do, stay away from that cursed place. With bandits to the west and Tuatha raiders to the north, the village already had its fair share of trouble. Now I hear tell of people vanishing in the night. Whatever's happening there, it can't be good. Worthless bunch of clods. They attacked the bandits head-on and got themselves slaughtered. Crawled back here to lick their wounds. Her mother passed away when Julia was young. I've done my best, but sometimes I think she takes care of me more than I take care of her. I've been teaching her the tinker trade, but I'm not sure life on the road suits her. Most gnomes favor the bustling city life of Adessa. Not me. Oh, no, sir. Ever since I was a young boy, the open road beckoned. So I've walked the roads of Erethel, Dalantarth, and Detir for 40 years, selling my services to anyone who can pay. Lately, though, it seems the world is growing more dangerous. Worse than it's ever been. At least for as long as I can remember. The bandits here are fierce, led by one called Conovar. He attacked us in broad daylight when we were trying to leave this place. I've lived my whole life on these roads. I know full well that the price of travel is a bit of coin in the pocket of the local thugs. But these fiends took my daughter. I'll pay anything I have to get her back. Will you find her? Thank you. I heard Conovar tell his men to put her with the rest of the lot before selling them. For fate's sake, hurry! I hope you fare better than those Kandrian guard clowns. Most of them didn't last long enough to see the bandit camp. I want my daughter back. I'll pay you with all the gold I have. If it were me, I'd steer clear of Conovar himself at all costs. Those animals took her to a... I'd suggest you to use diplomacy, but from the looks of you, I suspect you speak a different language. Whatever it takes, I don't care. Get me my daughter back and I'll reward you as best I can. Farewell.
Yeah? What are you looking at? Wait, you look like a capable sort. I might have a job for someone capable. The people of Melaglir hide in their village, hoping the war will just pass them by. Fine for them, as long as they don't think too much about the people that can't hide under some lord's skirts. The old poltroon has forbidden the guard to deploy beyond Melaglir. We disobeyed orders to march this far. Most folk believe he's doing what's best for the town, but not me. I can't sit idly by and do nothing. He can take my head if he wants it. Not like I get to use it much anymore. I've been a member of the Kandrian Guard for several years. We used to patrol all of Kandrian, but now his lordship is mostly confined us to his keep and Melaglir. Not just a thief, but a slaver. Scum of the worst kind. They say he used to be in the Kandrian Guard, but got fed up and deserted. Took up robbing, and worse, slaving, gathering Kandrian's worst thieves and rogues under his command. Poor gnome. His daughter was kidnapped by Conover's thieves. Whatever they have in store for her, it won't be pretty. We set out, against orders, mind you, from Melaglir to put down this nasty brigand named Conover. Found him, and his followers too, but there were more of them than we expected. The few of my unit left alive only barely escaped. If you could finish Conover, I can pay you. Great. Head south to the Fiend's camp. It's huge, lousy with every rogue and thief in the region. Shouldn't be hard to locate. Report to me when Conover's dead, and I'll see that you're rewarded. His camp is south of here, near the hollow of Kaatosai. May you deliver Conover unto hell.
Oh, thank you. Creepy town. People disappearing in the night. Father insisted that we leave right away. Father has been teaching me to be a tinker, but I can't seem to get the hang of it. I think I'd like to be a scholar. Whenever we stop in Edessa, Father has to practically drag me out of the librarium.
He's the best tinkerer there is. Everywhere we go, people know him and line up to give him work. But Father never likes to stay in one place for long. I can always spot the faraway look he gets when he's ready to move on. It was awful. They were going to sell me to the Tuatha and send me to some place called the Keening. I've got to get back to Father. I'm returning to my father. You should talk to him too. I'm sure he'll reward you. I don't know much, only that it's where the Tuatha were going to send us. I don't imagine it's a place I'd want to go. hello again.
Oh, Julia's back. You did it! I can't thank you enough, stranger. Of course, any amount is insufficient to express my thanks, but please take this gold in payment. We'll be on our way then. Travel safely.
Conover's dead. I can't believe it. That'll show Lord Kendrian. If his lordship's had his way, we'd be wearing a rut around Melaglir shouting, "Hey, stop that over the pikes while this villain bled us to death." You've earned this. Spend it well. Good luck out there.
Oh.
The Watch sees all in Raphir. The
captain of the watch.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
I'm where's today?
The city watch never rests.
Good evening.